Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by now. Here's JP.
All right, welcome into the JP Peterson Show on this Friday. Man, I am jacked up this morning. I don't know what kind of creatine was in my Cheerios or whatever, but man, I'm jacked up.
I've had 3 Red Bulls already this morning, JP.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. Bring on I got my monster case right here, all filled. I'm ready to go. It's good stuff. We'll forget the good stuff part. Anyway, we are absolutely jam full of stuff today. I got tons of stuff I want to talk about. And normally we'll do a long monologue, but we got so many different stories to get to that I want to just get to them. You know what I'm saying? So, Timmy, you got stuff too, right? I mean, have you gone over?
Sure.
You got stuff loaded here.
Sure.
And we got Jason Light talking to Mike Florio. That's always fun, I guess.
Depends on what your expectations are, if it's fun or not.
Yeah, I got to get Jason in here now that he's doing interviews again. So we got to get him in here for sure. We're chock full. So Linnelli is going to join us here. In fact, I better text him and send him a little
that would help
stream. Yep, and we're going to talk some lightning as well. So whatever you guys want to bring to the table. Also, we got comments already coming in. I've been battling on. I woke up this morning battling on people on X. I don't like to do that typically. I don't like to battle with people, but sometimes I just get so pissed off.
You say you don't like to do that, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, you sound like Ashley. You guys might be right.
I think you'd like to do it more than you think you like to do it.
What? Timmy, again, does StreamYard change everything again?
What are we at? What are you looking at now?
I'm trying to find invite somebody.
Okay.
And on the bottom here.
Yeah. The little plus sign. The little plus sign with the person.
No, it says new layout. Like what?
No, you're pressing the wrong. You're pressing the wrong thing.
No, it's a plus sign.
Where?
At the bottom. Anyway, we won't do this on the air. We'll figure it out. But
when I click it,
every day they change it.
Copy the link. It's the same.
It's not even close to the same. Not even close to the same layout as usual. Maybe you changed it. Somebody changed it. It's not even close. Not even freaking close. I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. Not even freaking close. Maybe I hit, or you just touch something and everything freaking changes. I don't want, just keep it the freaking same. It takes me hours, days, years to learn shit on your stupid phone and everything else. And then you go and change it. Why? And it doesn't change for the better.
Is this not what you're looking at right here?
Yeah.
That little thing down at the very bottom.
Yeah.
The little person with the plus sign.
No, there's no person. It's just a plus.
Oh, I don't know where you're logged in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what you did, but there it is right there. The person with the plus sign is at the very bottom. I'm looking at.
Oh, see, now I hit the button and now it uncovered it because it was covered before.
Oh,
yeah, it's a layout thing.
Oh, you know why? Because you zoomed your screen.
Yeah,
because you don't have your glasses.
Always my fault.
This is always a JP issue, not a StreamYard issue.
It's always my fault. You guys feel me? You feel the frustration? You feel the old man frustration with technology? We have an update for you. And it's not better. It's worse. I did do 6 things where I used to have to do 1. How is that better? How is it better?
Everything new is better.
Oh, God. Anyway, I'm so fired up this morning. I'm so fired up. I'll be dropping F-bombs. And you do not come at me today. I've got energy. I've got energy.
Cocaine's an amazing drug.
Michael Lords.
Michael Lords. Just call him out on the air.
He's such a douche. He's such a joyless prick. I just at some point, it's like, I'm not even talking to you. I'm just posting a couple of shots at a beautiful spring training. Went to the good friend of mine invited me to a Yankees Braves spring training game. Come on over, have a hot dog and a Pepsi. Yeah, sure. I'll come over. Why not? And it's like, oh, JP wants to remove the race to Tampa, but he's got to go to a Yankees game and spend money with the Yankees. Like, first of all, didn't spend money. I have friends that actually invite me to things that like me. You wouldn't know anything about that, Michael.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just like, shut the F up. I'm just so tired of you. and just popping in. Nobody's talking to you. Nobody cares about you. Oh, I've written more about the Rays than anybody. I've done this. I've done that. Oh, real Rays fans don't want the Yankees in Tampa. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you to say what real Rays fans want? Who made you the arbiter of what real Rays fans want?
I'm the voice of the
Rays
fans.
I know say, hey, thank you, Yankees, for letting us use your park. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for laying out the red carpet like you did. And then we went and clogged your toilets. I mean, it just
you did.
No, they're not, all Rays fans don't hate the Yankees. It's you fringe people again. You people are crazy. You fringe people. Rays fans don't. I mean, we hate the Yankee fans that come into our stadium because our old owner priced his own fans out. Yeah, that's part of it. The friendly rival. I think it's a friendly rivalry. But all Rays fans don't want the Yankees out of Tampa. No. We're you know what? We're like, yeah, you want to spring train here? Fine. You know, in fact, the location that you have is really good. We're going to park right next to you. You don't mind? No, they don't mind. They don't care. Everybody gets along. Everybody wants to create the
when the season starts, you have to hate them. When the season starts, you have to hate them. That's right.
Sports hate.
It's
not real hate.
Right.
Not real. Do I hate Aaron Judge? No. I watched him hit yesterday. The guy's a monster. You don't appreciate good baseball and great players? Do you really hate Aaron Judge? I mean, like, hate him?
What's he ever done to you?
I sports hate him, but I don't hate him. No. And there's lots of great people in that organization, by the way, that I really, really like because they're really good people and they're really good for the community, like Hal Steinbrenner. Sure, if it's good for Tampa, it's good for the Yankees, just like his dad. But we got to hate those people, Michael Lords. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. So, all right, enough of him. But to anybody that wants to think like that, and there may be some of you that just revile the Yankees. And the sports hate is fine.
Yeah.
But the sports hate is different than real hate, which you should be very careful about anyway. So that's rant one. Let's write them all down. Rant one. All right. What else do we want to get into today? I want to stick with the Rays. Should we stick with the Rays?
Sure.
To begin. All right.
Let's piss off everybody.
Yes, absolutely. So, part of this discussion, you know, there's a guy by the name of JC Bradbury, nice fellow. I've had him on my show before, who writes about how horrible stadiums are, stadium deals are. And to be sure, many stadium deals have been very bad for the public. I'm not naive enough to say that they haven't. The one in St. Petersburg that they wanted to put through was the biggest boondoggle in history. And thank God we dodged the bullet with that thing. Thank God the St. Pete taxpayers dodged the bullet with that thing. So, yeah, not all stadium deals are good. And we haven't seen this stadium deal yet. So we have not seen it. Now, I know what the bones of it are, and we have a really good idea of how it's going to be funded. And I think it's a great deal for the taxpayers, just like the Battery has been for Atlanta. Now, many people, and there was an article yesterday that I referred to in The Athletic, and basically Evan Drellich talking about how the Braves have enjoyed record revenues, mostly coming from the Battery, but also, you know, they redid their television deal. They've done a lot of visionary things up there in Atlanta, and it's obviously a great, brilliant business idea to copy people that are super successful, right? That's what you should be doing. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. See what people are doing that are doing it well, and go follow in their footsteps and add your little flair to it to make it better, right? And that's exactly what these Rays owners are doing. And when it comes to the Battery, and of course, JC Bradbury will put all these studies out there that he believes they're not good deals, and he still says that this Battery deal is bad because he's been saying it from the very beginning, and he's been proven horribly wrong, and he's going to keep throwing numbers out there to try to make himself feel right. I get it. It's, you know, this is academics. This is what they do. And if you haven't followed the news lately, a lot of these people in academia that do studies are agenda driven, and they're really not telling you the truth. So pay attention.
Because someone pays them to do those studies and then come up with results they're getting paid to come up with. That's
pretty much how that works. And it works the other way too. I'm not naive enough, but I try to cut through the clutter. And in this case, I have a pretty good basis of knowledge to work from because I worked in Atlanta for 2 years. My station was right across from the grove of trees that is now Truist Park that was putting off zero property tax. I'm sorry. That entire area was putting off, was valued at $5 million. It's now valued property tax-wise at $577 million. Okay, once again, taking an area that is blighted and nobody wanted to develop on, HCC, or didn't have the vision to develop on. Well, I can't develop there. There's a college there. Oh, well, guess what? If you bring a baseball team, a $2.5 billion asset to an area that will attract 9 to 10 million people a year as a tourist attraction, well, then suddenly the worthless property becomes very, very valuable. And partnering with the county in the city becomes a property tax asset that spits off billions of dollars instead of sitting there as a grove of trees, or in this case, a dilapidated Hillsborough Community College with pickleball courts and tennis courts. So when you have a bigger vision and you bring something to the table, well, then that's better than just being a regular developer, is it not? Yeah. If you're saying, well, I don't want, why should we give this money to these people that can afford it? I'll tell you why. Because if you don't partner with them, somebody else will take the opportunity to do so. If I'm a businessman and I say, you know what, that's an area I'd like to be. I want to take advantage of the 11th largest market in America and put my stadium right in the middle of it. That's going to enrich me. So yes, I would like that piece of property there. And if you can give it to me for free, that's great too. Okay, well, what are you bringing me? Good question. This is a partnership. I'm going to bring you a $2.5 billion asset, a Major League Baseball team. Really? Okay, wow. That's nice, says the man in Raleigh, North Carolina, who wants an MLB team. Sure. Oh, and you know what else I'm going to bring? $8 to $10 billion of investment money. Oh, really? Wow. That's really cool. And what do I have to give you? $1.15 billion. Okay. Let me do the math here. Asset, 2.5, 8 to 10. I put in 1. And do I get money back from that? Here's the good part. Yes, you do. Because we're going to create a tax base that is now getting you zero that will be valued in the billions of dollars. And then you have property taxes that you now collect off that can pay you back your 1.15. Oh, and it gets better. We're going to have a little tax. It's a TIF tax that for everybody that comes and uses this place, buys a ticket, buys a Coke, buys a beer. So the user fee, everybody that comes in, part of that money will go to pay you back as well. Oh, so I get all the money back plus more? Yeah. And I get the baseball team? Yeah. I don't lose my Major League Baseball team? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. I think I want to do that. Oh, but you're giving money to billionaires. They can afford it. They can afford it themselves. Yes, they can. And they can afford to do it in Raleigh. They can afford to do it in Nashville. They can afford to do it in Orlando. Would you like the opportunity first? It's yours. No, I don't want to give money to a billionaire when they can afford it. Okay, see you later, dumbass.
Little picture.
I'm
people who see the little picture.
Yeah, the little picture. And it's the same people. Why are we giving money to billionaires? It's called investment. It's called investment. And guess what? Hang out with billionaires. You might make some money yourself. It's called investment. Oh, it's a boondoggle for the tax. If it is, if we're not getting the money back, then, and let me tell you, all of this was said about the battery. It's all was said. The same things were said. Let me give you some numbers here. And this is from Cobb County government and other sources from Google AI. You can Google it yourself. 2025 tax revenue and financial performance. The Atlanta Braves Holdings reported the total revenue of the organization grew 11% in 2025 to $732 million. Well, what good? So the Braves are getting richer? Yes, they are. And guess what? They're putting that money back into the team, a $260 million payroll. Now, you people have been brainwashed for 20 years by Stu Sternberg. You're a small market. You're not an MLB market. I need to go to Montreal. You people suck. We don't have the money. You don't show up. I can't buy, as he's stuffing hundreds of millions of dollars into his pockets. And you all believed it. Here's the facts, folks. Here's the facts for you. We are the 11th largest television market in America and growing, by the way. We are growing faster than a lot of the markets in front of us. So we will soon be in the top 10. So keep that in mind. That is not a small market. All right? That is not a small market in any way. So don't let anybody ever tell you that. And I believe Atlanta, check this out, Timmy. I think Atlanta is the 8th largest television market. So this is a very comparable situation. And this is why we use the Battery. It's very comparable. There's no reason that we can't make as much revenue, if not more, than the Braves. Because where they sit on a 40-acre plot, this is going to be 127 acres. This is 3 times the size of the Battery.
Atlanta's number 7.
Number 7. Okay, so 3 times the size of the Battery. This project. So more money in property taxes. Yes, more money in public investment as well, commensurate to what happened. And if you look at the numbers, they're almost very, very similar in terms of proportion. If 40 acres to 127, they paid $400 million. We're looking at $1.15 billion. So from a ratio standpoint, it's very similar. All right, the Battery surge revenue specifically from the Battery mixed-use development jumped 45% in 2025 to $97 million. Direct tax collection, based on the most recent Cobb County annual report and 2025 updates, the project has generated for the state of Georgia over $16.7 million in annual tax collections for the state of Georgia. And they didn't even put much in. Cobb County, over $10.5 million into the general fund in tourism taxes and a SPLOST tax, which is basically the sales tax, TIF tax. That's $10.5 million. Cobb County schools, $8.36 million annually they get. Combined annual tax impact approximately combined $40.3 million generated for state and local governments in the most recent full reporting cycles, with numbers continuing to improve into 2025. $40.3 million is what they're getting back on their investment. 30-year recoupment and projections. Cobb County's original 2015 commitment was $6.4 million annually for stadium debt service. Current milestone, the stadium is officially net positive for the general fund. That happened in 2022. So it took 7 years for it to become a net positive. So you have 23 years of just filling the public coffers after it becomes net positive. It generates enough revenue to cover the $6.4 million debt plus $3 million annual net gain for the county. Recoupment projections. Cobb County and schools in 2018 Georgia Tech analysis projected a combined positive impact, including the halo effect, of $19 million per year over 30 years. That suggests a total community benefit exceeding $560 million. And that was done in 2018. And all of these projections have been vastly under projected. So it's way better than that. Property value growth. Taxable property values at the Battery rose from $5 million in 2014 to $577 million in 2024, significantly outpacing early conservative models. Public debt. The county issued $376 million in bonds to be repaid over 30 years, with current annual tax generation exceeding $40 million across all entities. The project is projected to far exceed the original public investment over its 30-year lifestyle. And guess what? The people that built this in the Braves, they could afford to do it themselves. But they wanted to keep the Braves in Atlanta and do a public-private partnership because they already had a fan base there, a huge fan base. It was a great opportunity for them and a great opportunity for Cobb County. And if you want to see this done someplace else, then keep up the negativity. If you'd rather be on the side of vision and positivity and be able to have a baseball team that can compete from a financial standpoint with the Braves and the upper echelon of teams, which we should be doing by ourselves, not on the welfare like Stu was, and poor mouthing every chance you get, and brainwashing you people into thinking we can't keep our stars or go out and get stars. F that. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. If we do it the right way and we have some vision. Have some freaking vision. And stop clutching your pearls and your pennies. Oh, but there's the property tax might go. Yeah, that's right. It might go away. And you know the best way to make it up? Build more property and tax it. If you're worried about a shortfall, you better start looking for investment opportunities to make it up. Boom. The biggest freaking project in Florida history. If you think about just how we can save money, you get nowhere. It's pennies compared to how you can make more money. Be a visionary. Build things instead of tearing down and pissing on everything. I'm so tired of this negativity.
JP, you want to see what's going to happen if the negativity keeps up?
Yeah, I do. Ah! Ah! I swear to God, can you imagine if we F this up and I got to drive to Orlando to go see a baseball game?
Watch baseball.
Oh my God. But you know, these people be low. We didn't give them any money. We didn't give them $1 billion. Go to Orlando. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. That's just sorry, not sorry. But anyway, so keep coming at me. Keep coming at me, and I'll keep spitting out numbers. And by the way, this just in. So this new ownership group is, instead of just poor mouthing and blaming the fans, they're actually reaching out to the fans, Timmy. And we're going to have 3 public meetings to get input from the public on the stadium and explain to folks a lot of the things that I'm explaining right now to you, and how they're going to have a public-private partnership, just like Mr. Vinnick. And again, I'll cite that number as well. As the Mayor Belcorn said, that he said it was like pulling teeth to get $100 million to give it to a billionaire, Jeff Vinnick, to help get started on the Water Street project. And that project has already thrown off $1.2 billion in property tax revenue for the city. If you build it, you can make more money because people come here and spend their money. And there's also a concept out there where that Bradbury likes to talk about, is that you're just moving money from other places that would have been spent in Cobb County to the Braves and the Battery. And that has some validity to it, but to a ratio of 75% of the money that's coming to Cobb County is from outside the county. Now, it's not necessarily all tourists coming to Georgia, but it's from other counties in the metropolitan area. So that goes into the coffers of Cobb County, and in this case, Hillsborough County, because they're putting foot in the bill. But those meetings, I retweeted them. I'm trying to find them here. Yeah. Okay. So Tuesday, March 3rd at Hillsborough Community College, Dale Mabry campus. There's plenty of parking available. You will see. It's mostly parking lot. That will be from 6:30 to 8 o'clock, and that'll be on Tuesday, March 3rd. And then on Tuesday, March 10th, there'll be a Jefferson High School auditorium on Cypress Street from 6:30 to 8. And then on Wednesday, March 11th, so one a week, or actually the next day they'll be at the Skills Center up there with my good buddy Ken Roberts and the folks up there. Beautiful Skills Center. And that's up at 5107 North 22nd Avenue. It's the Skills Center. That'll be 6:30 to 8 o'clock. I tweeted that out so you can see it there, and there's other places you can find it. So I highly invite you to fill these meetings and get a really good idea of what's going on, and see that, yes, there is money available if we do it the right way. So that should work. All right, partner, thoughts on that?
I have a headache right now.
Dude, sorry.
I just don't understand people who don't understand.
Well,
to me, that's the biggest thing.
Bushman says, JP, we do know what demographic of people are the ones complaining. Yeah, it's the ones that complain about everything and have no joy whatsoever. Rick says, JP will sit with John Morgan in Orlando in his box suite. I would love to take the invitation, but God, it would hurt. It would hurt so badly. Yeah.
Would you rather drive from Tampa to Orlando to watch baseball, or from Tampa to St. Pete?
Tampa to St. Pete, but, it's about the same.
Right?
Honestly.
Just to get there, yeah.
Yeah. It's right here in front of us to do it, and if we screw this up. Thomas Castor said, developing blighted Drew Park is the greatest cash cow in Tampa history. And somebody told me the other day, oh, that's valuable land. If it's so valuable, why isn't somebody done what the Rays are doing? Because in order to move a Hillsborough College and get the land, you got to bring something significant to the table. I mean, and prove to the county and the city that it's worth it. It's worth the endeavor. Yeah. And, we spend tons of money on county parks and city parks. And you know what we get back with that? Mostly nothing. People get to use the parks, and that's great. That's what government should be doing. No question about it. But they're money losers for the most part. And we develop them. We spend millions of dollars on them. Now, there are some of these parks that we've developed that bring in lots of tournaments, flag football tournaments and volleyball tournaments and all these things. So, but the majority of parks are just city parks that's an expenditure, right? A lot of these beautiful parks we have, Bayshore, whatever. But you don't get a lot of money in return for that. At least in this expenditure, you're getting money back. It's an investment. So we have to keep that in mind as well. Joel Forswood says, and they moved the stadium closer to the fan base in the Atlanta metro area. What a concept. Yeah. And that was a huge part of their issue because people were not going. They started off when the Olympics were over and they converted the Olympic Stadium into the baseball stadium. I think they drew 3 million people, 3.1 million people the first couple of years. And it just went south and went south. It wasn't, the team was still doing well at times. It was up and down, but the attendance just continued to plummet. And the Braves went to the city and said, listen, we need some help here to, beef up the area around the park because it was a very blighted area. And the bottom line was nobody wanted to invest there. Nobody wanted to develop anything there. The city was not interested in developing anything there because they know it was a terrible location and it wasn't going to work, just like St. Pete. And not because it was bad or people are bad or anything else. It's just on the edge of the market, not where the fans are.
Yeah.
And when they move the stadium to where their fans are, it's a major, obviously, a very smart move. And this is what the Rays are. Again, follow the template of the successful franchise and do it better. Build on it. It's a brilliant idea. All right. Yeah. Any other, let me get one more comment here. Thomas Casper says the only naysayers are sour St. Pete Times employees, the hillbilly retirees that need to move to Clewiston. They complained about the airport, the expressway, the original stadium. It's true. And the same people that complained about Raymond James Stadium that we built for under $200 million. And that was an absolute, yes, did the Glazers make money on it? Sure they did. But we also got Super Bowls and national championship games. I want to live in an area where we have these things. Baseball team. If you don't, then, sorry. Maybe you want to move out to another place that's cheaper, that doesn't spend money on this, and that's your prerogative. It's progress. And I'm here for it.
I don't understand people who have a problem with billionaires making more money.
It's class.
How do you think
and I get part of that, but
how do you think they got to be billionaires in the first place? Most of them did not inherit it. That's very rare, actually. These guys built their fortunes, and now they're trying to make more money. Well,
I don't know about
that. They haven't owned a sports team that you like.
I don't know about. There's a lot of people that inherited it.
There is.
We could specifically talk about people that have built it. There's, a lot of people have built it themselves.
It doesn't matter. They've got the money. They want to make.
I don't care. To be honest with you, all I care about is it a good deal for us? Is it a good deal for us? And if they make money and we make money and everybody's happy and we're building something with great vision that's going to be a tremendous public asset and we get to keep our baseball team, that's important to me. And listen, you can have another opinion and that's fine. And I totally respect that opinion. But I don't agree with it. Well, and a lot of the negativity and the negative people and the negative media that are trying to bully and misinform people, that pisses me off. Stop with the agenda and just I understand report certain things that should be reported, but I would also try to balance it out with some other sources of revenue that clearly have been used in other parks in a very successful way. That's all I'm saying.
Well, right. And it's not like you're just this voice that's that's pro stadium, regardless of everything else. You're not the guy who, like I think a lot of people think you are, that are accusing you of being, who, look, I just want a baseball stadium here, regardless of the impact on the community and all the other things. That's not who you are, because you have already been against a former plan that we had involving the old regime, that it wasn't good for who it was being built for. And now that you have a deal that is potentially going to be good for the community, you're for that. So it's not like you're just the guy that comes out and says, I just want a stadium, I don't care what happens. That's not what you are.
Then I would have said, yeah, let's build that thing in St. Pete.
Right.
But I knew that was a bad idea, because you'd have been right back where you were, people not showing up, saying it's a terrible market, blah, 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 because of the location. Same problem they have in Miami. Duh. I mean, learn from the people that did it the wrong way and copy the people that did it the right way. Sound good? All you people and all the people at the Tampa Bay Times that were all in St. Pete on that boondoggle deal are now microscopically looking at every negative part of this deal in Tampa. Complete hypocrisy. Complete hypocrisy. And again, if this deal turns out to be anything like that deal, then I'll be against it. I'll be totally against it.
Right.
But I know that the bones of the deal, what they are, and it's not going to be. It's not going to be. And if it is, I'll be shocked. And if it is, Ken Hagan, Shane Castor, Bob Buckhorn, they're not going to do it. And they shouldn't do it. And I would advise them not to do it. And if the Rays want to, bully the locality, which they're not going to do. They're not going to do, because they're smart businessmen. They understand that this is the best market for them. Yeah, they could take it to Orlando. It's not as good. They could take it to Raleigh. It's not as good. They could take it to, they could go lots of different places. Not as good. This is the best place by far. And so they want it, and we want them.
And let's not overlook the fact that Major League Baseball wants it in Tampa Bay.
Thank you. Great point. You think they know a little bit something about the baseball business? I'm not saying they're pure as the driven snow. They're far from it. But they know where it's going to be successful in making money. And that's why they have been so focused on Tampa and Tampa Bay. That's why this, as I told you a year ago, Rob Manfred handpicked this group and added to it, by the way, as we told you they were going to do. Add more investors and may add even more to get this deal done. But what we can't do is just sit here and sit on our stool and say, I'm not giving money to billionaires, tax money that's needed in this community. Because that's a simplistic, ignorant way of thinking about it. And certainly not visionary in any way. All right, we got lots more to get to. So I'll just throw this up here real quick to give everybody a breath of fresh air. Bell says, popping by to send love to all the Petermans. JP, Tim, happy Friday. Have a good weekend. You notice anything different about her avatar?
The dude's gone.
And all the Petermans said, yay. No, we're just teasing you, Bell.
And there was much rejoicing.
Oh, I made a joke. Oh, my God. The libs are coming for me now. Ooh.
Right, JP, how dare you.
Oh, my God.
You are an
attached
attached
joke.
You're an attached man. She is not a product. She's not property, JP.
Can we acknowledge a beautiful woman when we see one?
No.
Like my lovely wife. Can we acknowledge how gorgeous she is?
How dare you define her by her looks and personality? It's not what she is.
She's always positive and brings a breath of fresh air. That's the best part about her.
She's more than that, JP.
She looks better without the dude in the picture. Okay?
How dare you define her based on her photo?
I know. It's disgusting. Hey, we're brought to you by the great folks at Pitch Roofing. So you're not distracted. We're great folks at Pitch Roofing. You can win 2 tickets in the Mark, the all-inclusive club at the Lightning, if you just get a free estimate from Pitch Roofing, and you will get into the drawing to win. And by the way, when we did the drawing, it was a good chance to win. It's a good chance to win. So get your estimate from Pitch Roofing and get in the drawing. And better yet, find out if you need a new roof, if you need repairs, and meet with a great company that will do your roof the right way. They won't be the lowest bidder, I can tell you that, but they'll be the best. They'll get the job done right. There's a lot of scammers out there. Make sure that you go with a great company like Pitch Roofing. Look at all their Google reviews. Check them out at pitchroofing.com. Back in 3. For Pitch Roofing, one of our new sponsors and the most reliable and honest roofers in the business. They love the Lightning, and Bolts fans be entered to win a pair of premium Mark Club seats with every free roofing estimate from Pitch Roofing. Seats include food and beverages, early access, premium entry, and a backstage tour of Lightning Vision with yours truly. Always get 2 to 3 estimates when replacing your roof, and be sure to include Pitch as one of those roofing companies. With a free estimate from Pitch, they're not trying to hard sell you. They educate you on your roof and the process. Even if you do not choose Pitch Roofing as your roofer, they want to leave you feeling informed, knowing the different materials and manufacturers, and understanding the process and warranties. Very, very important. Pitch is an Owens Corning preferred contract, Better Business Bureau accredited, and MySafe Florida Home approved. That's very important as well. Pitch prides themselves on full transparency and customer first level of service. They also offer financing options, including 0% plans, ensuring a stress-free experience. Call my friends at Pitch Roofing, 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824, or go to pitchroofing.com.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucks on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. It's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucks play. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our Fanstream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Omerton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Here we roll on a Friday. Lots more to get to. Did not mean to take up the whole first segment with that, but that's
yeah, you did
sometimes. No, I did not.
You were playing on the second segment too.
Oh, shut up! It just flows. It just flows sometimes, like the beer at Riveters. Yeah, that's a professional segue right there. Especially the hazy IPA. Oh Lord, that is good. You pair that with some medium wings and the freshly made blue cheese sauce that they don't just pour it out of one of them big canisters that you get from Cisco. They freshly make the blue cheese in the ranch every day. And then you dip it, you have the medium sauce, and then you dip it in the blue cheese. Oh, with the larger fresh wings, never frozen. By the way, you can always tell frozen wings when you bite into if the wings are black underneath the bones, they've been frozen.
Freezer burn. Yeah.
Freezer burn. Don't do that. You'll never see that at Riveters. They're always fresh because they go through so many of them. If that's not a lunch or dinner or whatever, late night, the happy hour that they have, it's fabulous. So if you're in the mood for some chicken wings or any good food, the prime rib sandwich, the chowder, the chili, the wildcat shrimp, so much is so good at Riveters. Check it out. If you're ever going to an event at Raymond James Stadium or Steinbrenner Field or just want to watch a sporting event, it's Riveters, Tampa, and coming to St. Pete as well. I think they're going to be open before the race opening day, so we'll keep you posted on that. We're going over there to the race. You can go to Riveters.
How drunk are you now?
We're all drunk.
Struggling.
John Hill says, happy birthday, Chris Godwin Jr. Yes. Happy
Buck
birthday.
for life.
What is he, 30? Is it the big 3-0 for him? Come on, John
Sounds
Hill.
about right. Like there's any way to know that. Yes, the big 3-0 today.
Bell says he's been gone for a second. Dude. So I said, I love your wife too, and I need my swimsuit. I even asked him. Did you email about
Yeah, she emailed me and then I sent it to you guys months ago.
For the
bathing suit.
Sports bathing suit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll check into that. I'll check into what that. See if
I need one too.
And no, you do not. You do not.
The two-piece.
All right, last thing on the stadium. Because St. Pete Pat makes a good point here. Why are we acting like this is going to be a public referendum? If the money is available and the politicians deem it profitable, it will get built no matter what the public thinks. That is true, Pat. But I will say this. I think there is power in the public's social media response. And I think, politicians are very, they're constantly putting their finger in the wind to find out what people are thinking, because if the majority of the public does not like this and you vote for it, you will be voted out. You'll be held responsible for it, as they were in Miami when you do a bad deal. So they want it to be a good deal for the taxpayers, not only because that's their job, but also because, public opinion does matter, Pat. I would say what you said is 100% factually true, but public opinion does matter. And I think it matters greatly to Bob Buckhorn and Mayor Castor and Ken Hagan, and because they have political careers, right? And they want to do what's right. They want to do what's right for the community. So I think it does matter. That's why we talk about it so much. And I also think it matters with the ownership group. If they're constantly being beaten down in the media by the Times and by social media, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's a good look. That's why I've encouraged you guys that when we put stuff out that's positive, and when I put that stuff out today, it got a lot of positive response, like overwhelmingly 95%. So, but we need more of that. We need more people. And I'm not just being positive, be positive. I'm being positive because I think it's great for Tampa Bay. So let's keep it going. All right, let's move on. Jason Light spoke with Mike Florio at the Combine. And, he's very, I think, blunt about what he looked at last season as. So we're going to play a little bit of this for you. Not a whole bunch, but I think some of it's important. So let's cue that up, partner. I guess I could do it as well. Mike Florio,
He's
NBC
now a
Sports.
friend of the program. He may not feel that way, but we do. Long time.
He keeps receipts.
Long time means you're old, like me.
That is
Long
a nice
time
way to say
general manager of the Buccaneers, Jason Light, is with us again. How are you?
Doing good. Here we are again.
Making the rounds?
Yeah.
We're your last one.
Last one.
So you're beaten down. You're ready. We have the hot light.
Yeah.
We're going to get some answers.
Hopefully,
I'm rehearsed.
That's
Stop
it. Well,
by the
and
show
the thing
again.
is, I've already seen what you've said to tend to. It's like, okay, tell me what you said over there. Tell it here, and so we can say it's exclusive because he's exclusively saying it right now in this spot. But no, I'm going to try something that maybe you haven't been asked yet. One word only, to describe the 2025 season.
Disappointing.
Agreed.
Elaborate.
I need more than one word.
Well, we had such high expectations, and we started off, very well.
And fuego.
5-1, 6-2 at the bye. That was a great bye weekend, looking back on it. And then
it all came crashing down.
Just kind of mounted up. I've said this so many times today. We don't want to hide behind injuries. There's a lot of teams that had a lot of injuries, and some that still had great success, making it deep into the playoffs, or at least into the playoffs. But we had several different O-line combinations because of injuries, and that's our strongest position group, which has been one of the reasons for our success in the last few years. Mm-hmm. And then at receiver with Mike and Chris and J-Mac going down, and then Bucky being out 7 weeks, it threw a lot of things off. And then defensively, we need a lot of help there. And we know where our inconsistencies are. We have some very good players over on that side of the ball, but we were also hit with injuries there with one of our better pass rushers, Kalijah Cansey, missing most of the year, and then
Killer.
We had a promising young rookie that we were going to rely on that went down in training camp. So a lot of things got thrown off, but it was disappointing once again, not hiding behind those injuries, but just the way we started and the way we ended were two different things.
The rookie who got injured in training camp, 4th rounder, refresh my memory.
David Walker.
From
Central Arkansas.
And I had heard some buzz.
Yeah.
That this guy's got the potential.
Yeah, it was that same Chris Braswell
superstar.
buzz.
And it's just a matter of getting him healthy, and he can show it this year if he stays healthy.
Yeah, and I always hate to use the word superstar. I don't want to put too much pressure on the kid, but
he's got potential. Let's just say he's got potential.
He's got a lot of potential. Yeah. So we basically we had another undrafted rookie, J.J. Roberts, safety, and he can play nickel, that we were very, very excited about from Marshall, that went down in camp too when we were at Pittsburgh practicing against the Steelers. So we kind of feel like we have 2 bonus draft picks this year coming back, so we're excited about that.
I was asking Joe Ortiz of the Chargers about this earlier because he pointed to unlucky injuries. How do you distinguish between shit happens injuries versus injuries that may result from something we aren't doing or need to be doing? I can't imagine that's easy, but how do you try to draw those lines?
It's tough. I mean, we spend a lot of money trying to do it, and whether it's heat, whether it's the amount of reps players are getting, whether we have a sports science department that puts a lot of time and, like I said, a lot of resources into this. We're trying the best we can to understand it. Now, guy breaks his ankle, and sometimes ACLs, are just kind of, those things happen, break an arm. But a lot of the soft tissue things that can add up for missed time are things that I think we're all trying to figure out. Some teams have already done a very good job of that, but we're trying to figure it out. And I think
you mentioned the defense. What's your top area of concern or priority to address by way of new players on the defensive side?
Well, you have to pressure the quarterback in order to have success. So whether that's a D tackle, outside linebacker in our case, even inside linebacker. So I would say our front seven will be something that we need to focus on.
And that was Super Bowl 55. Chasing Patrick Mahomes around the whole day, and you got a ring because of it.
Yep.
Isn't it amazing to think that you guys, and the playoff streak ended, but you had a streak 5 straight years. Not easy to do. You take pride in that, I assume.
Take a lot of pride in it. This is Todd's 8th season with us, if you count, his tenure as a defensive coordinator. And when we made him the head coach, and if I would have told you, we're hiring somebody that is going to make the playoffs as the head coach 75% of the time and win the division 75% of the time, I think everybody would want to sign up for that. And so we haven't lost any faith in Todd. I think he's the perfect person to get this thing back going. I think we had a lot of inconsistencies in a lot of different areas that we can all own. I don't think it's just on coaching. I don't think it's just on players. I think it's on a lot of things. But I do feel confident in the plan that we have to get things back rolling. And we were winning the division, making the playoffs, but we want to take it a step further, and we want to have not just make the playoffs, we want to make some noise, and we want to contend.
Every year there's a couple of post.
All right.
So many times
that is Jason Light. Sorry.
Injuries.
So they love them some Todd Bowles. Ain't no doubt about that.
So I know with it, he's not going to come in here on Florio's show at the Combine and break any news or give us anything controversial. But has there ever been maybe a more or a larger example of Captain Obvious in any interview anywhere?
Yeah, we just wanted to bring you a little bit of that just to see, where his head's at. And it's there's no secrets here, man. The front seven needs a vast makeover, no question about it. But I will say this, and it's just, having conversations with Rondé and other players and coaches, we can look at the players and say they're not good players. But if they're playing in a scheme that they're not comfortable in and they're constantly thinking and they're not playing fast, they're going to look like bad players.
Yeah.
So, I want to caution a little bit about, are there certain players on this team where I say, hey, Logan Hall is not an inside guy. He's being forced to play inside. He doesn't like to play inside. And that's not his body type. And it's not, and it's a scheme that doesn't really fit him. That's just one element. Yaya Diaby is, asked to drop into coverage all the time and dictated to by the offenses at times. That's not good. We can look at, he's only got this many sacks. Well, when you look at sacks and sacking the quarterback, and it depends, it's a lot of different factors, but you're going to probably get, depending on who you're playing, right? 10 to 15 real opportunities to sack the quarterback because they're going to throw 30 times a game, 30 to 35 times a game on average. And 15 of those are going to be quick screens where you have no opportunity. The ball's going to come out so quick, screens, checkdowns, predetermined reads that you got no chance. Another 5 or 6 are going to come out really quick, because they're going to their first read. You got no chance. So you're talking about 10 to 15 max 7-step, 5-step drops where you have an opportunity to pressure the quarterback. And if you're dropping into coverage on, 5 of those, the numbers start dwindling very, very fast as your opportunity to impact the game, depending on scheme. So, I think we need better players. There's no question about that. But I would also say, the defense has to work in concert with the scheme and the players that you're using. And the last few years, watching this defense, that's just not the case. It's a lot of wide open people, no physicality, bad tackling. The pressure numbers sometimes appear to be good, but I'll be honest with you, just watching the games and watching the tape, I don't see quarterbacks in fear of this defense. Quite the opposite. and bad quarterbacks that can't play well against anybody else play well against the Buccaneers. So, it's more than just the players, in my opinion. But the Bucs don't seem to think so. And it is what it is. So hopefully they can go out and get some really, 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 really good players that can play in a bad, predictable scheme. That's my analysis.
But I've said it before, and usually I say it regarding the Dallas Cowboys, who are in a very similar offseason situation as the Bucs. But hope is not an offseason plan. You got to have more. Look, the Cowboys and the Bucs, I think both are depending on players that they already have to play better next year, and that's part of their improvement plan. And I don't know that that's a very good improvement plan when you got that many guys that play that bad.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right. The NFL PA grades are out.
By the way, these are the grades that the NFL tried to squash, so that they did not become public anymore. And here we are. We got them again.
But they got leaked to ESPN.
Which is weird. You know what the weird part of that is? ESPN's the one that published them. Who's the new partner with the NFL? ESPN.
Timmy, I thought the same exact thing.
That's so weird.
Really weird. Really weird. Like, how pissed off are the owners right now at their new partners, ESPN? How pissed off are they? Like, this was not supposed to happen. They just won a court case. They just won a court case to keep this stuff silent. And I know this gets a big play out there, and I get it. The Bucs look bad. The grades aren't good because travel, they got an F. The Bucs.
Isn't that every year though? I want to say, like,
Timmy, and I know I don't want to compare it to me riding coach on Spirit. It's really not bad. I don't have a problem with it.
Spirit. Nice knowing you.
Yeah, they've had a lot of crashes. No, they haven't, by the way.
I ain't flying it.
Whatever. Delta crashes too. They just charge 4 times more.
I don't fly.
You don't fly anything. So get out of here with that. Get out of there with that. Live scared. No living. Yeah, so we're going to, you got to show up at the facility, okay? We're going to give you a luxury motor coach. You don't even have to touch your bags, by the way. But we're going to give you a luxury motor coach to the tarmac where you will be unloaded and have to spend about 30 seconds in the hot, humid air. Do not have to, well, I guess they do TSA you, but it's procedural. You don't have to wait in a security line. That's for goddamn sure. And we're going to load you on a chartered aircraft that gives you more space than any normal aircraft. We're going to feed you 17 times on a 1-hour flight, and your every need will be met. And then you get off and get the same treatment on the other side and check into a 5-star hotel. And you're going to complain about this? Get out of here. I'm sorry. Get out of here.
You know what's unfortunate about all of this?
Seriously? And everybody's like, oh, the Glazers, the Travelers, they got an F. Are they like they're putting them on a prop plane? Right. And like we used to fly at Florida State in the 90s. Everyone was crashed every time. I mean, are you kidding me? You're flying that's an F travel? Dude, you should travel with me. You give me a Z. I mean, get out of here with that.
Here's what I hate about these things, and I don't care about these stupid. I don't think anybody cares about these grades. I honestly don't. The NFL cares. The NFL cares, obviously, because they don't want them released. But for me, the unfortunate part of this, and the people that I think it matters to the most, are the employees in the building behind the scenes who are responsible for these things. Right? Your people in the Bucs building at One Buck Place who are responsible to put together the travel arrangements, who are responsible for putting together all of these things. I think it hurts them the absolute most. And nobody thinks about that.
Yeah, true.
And for the most part, a lot of this crap's out of their control, right? They're given a budget and they're told what to work with and crap. And, we as outsiders, we look, and for those of you that have never traveled with the team, I haven't done it since the 90s, but dude, it's freaking amazing. Like there's nothing F about the travel for an NFL team, especially in 2025, 2026. Okay. So for these poor people at $1 place that are responsible for those things, that's a gut punch, man, and it's not necessary. Yeah. I hate that for them.
I think they have ownership an F, I think, or a D-. Like, I don't know what that's based on. I mean, I'm at that facility, 2 or 3 times a week during the football season, and it's like, what is wrong with this? This is beautiful. It's fantastic. You're secured. You got parking for your Bentley. Your food. Like, I walk by the cafeteria every day, and it smells fantastic. They're outside. They got grills outside where they're doing like steaks on the grill, and I'm like, and it's all this is free. Like, what are we complaining about? You gotta be kidding me. All right, get out of here.
You know what this could
millionaires complaining about how billionaires are treating them. I got no time for it.
You know what's funny? So those of you that ever shop at Walmart.
By the way, I make $2 million a year on average, or actually, what's the average pay in the NFL? Probably 4.5. I don't know what it is. But I'm going to complain about the child care. Like, you're going to complain about child care while everybody else is out here paying a quarter of their monthly salary for child care. You're bitching about your team not providing child care while you go out and play football. And by the way, if you're a football player and you can't find someone in your family that will step up and watch your kids, you got a shitty family, by the way. I mean, they're all milking off of you, probably 90% of them, and they can't watch the kids while you're at the game. Somebody take turns. Like, what are we even talking about here? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude to the players. And you could say, well, they do it for this other team does it. Okay, good for them. Then go play for them. If it means that much to you, which it really doesn't, because all you do is check something on a card and maybe you'll get free childcare. I get it. If you bitch enough, maybe you'll get free childcare, which I think, by the way, happened. I think the Bucs, I'd heard reported that since they got the F last year about childcare, they went and provided for it. I mean, I could also say you're a $1 billion, $6 billion company. Can you, hire a couple babysitters and put up a little childcare? You could look at it both ways, but I mean, all of it is just stupid. It's literally stupid. This is millionaires complaining about 5-star accommodations. Get out of here with that.
No, and I wonder how much of this is like, for those of you that go to Walmart, and I don't go to Walmart often because I have an HEB down the street, but I go. I always use the self-checkout, right? Because I want to talk to people.
Right.
But the very last thing on the screen.
It's cheaper too, by the way.
Very, very much cheaper. The very last thing on the screen.
I am a terrible scanner. I need to be trained better. That's all I'm saying.
By the way,
you need to train me better because I am terrible at that. But
I've learned
make me do it.
I've learned very well to mimic the beep sound. Because it changes tone some days, and you got to scan the first one. You got to go, all right, that's our tone for the day. Beep. Look around. Here we go.
I have not thought of that. Ashley's watching. I'm like, I have not thought of that.
So, look, the very last thing on the screen before you leave Walmart self-checkout is the stars. How would you rate your visit today? I've never had a bad visit in the self-checkout because I'm not talking to somebody. I hit the 1 star every single time as an F you to Walmart. Doesn't mean I had a bad experience.
Do not change a thing. Do not change a thing.
Keep it going the way it is.
Hey, I love the new system because it is faster.
The tone of the beat.
It is faster, and I can communicate with the screen better than most of the people that.
Oh my God!
Check me out. So, Ashley says it's more than a quarter of their monthly salary for a lot of the people these days. That's true. Childcare, and the NFL players are complaining about it. Get the F out of here. Also, she says it's not the wags playing. Stay home and take care of your kids, honeys. Let your man go make that money and shut up. Oh, Ashley's calling out the wags.
Oh, she's gonna. What is a wag?
Wife and girlfriend of the players. Like they're complaining about childcare because they'll listen. They got to go sit in the suite and watch.
Okay, if you're the girlfriend, you shouldn't have a kid with the player because you can't have babies out of wedlock. That's against the rules. So if you're just a girlfriend, go marry your baby daddy and let him support your ass. Quit relying on professional athletes.
That has to work both ways, my friend. So
no, it's the women's job to not get pregnant. We all know this.
Oh my God, he said that, not me.
It's not my job to not.
Nathan Elliott says Luke Gedicke still drives his Ford Fusion Caravan to the facility. He also has joked about buying Teddy Bridgewater's 2018 Dodge Caravan after he got his new contract. Yeah, we played that audio during the season. Funny. That was fantastic. Yeah. And you love that. Yeah. And you love – I can guarantee you this. Luke Gedicke is not complaining about the travel. He is not complaining about the travel one bit. And he's taking his per diem money and putting it in his pocket. Yeah, they give you per diem money, and then they feed you the whole time. Like, what are you people complaining about? Shut the hell up. And I can guarantee you, this is the only show in America that's doing this about this. Everybody else is like, oh, the Glazers are terrible. How could they possibly do? You don't complain. Childcare? What are we traveling in? I mean, I've seen the accommodations and the travel. It's really good. It's really good. If you're complaining about it, I don't know what you're complaining about. If there's a player out there if there's something we don't know about, let me know. And I've been in the locker room. It's fine. It's more than fine. It's beautiful. It's better than most offices. Get out of here with that.
Yep.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk some Lightning, and we'll get to more of your comments as well. We got to get to some Rays baseball news on the field. That would be nice to talk about. I got a special shout out here. In fact, I'm going to do this right now, partner. This is my man, Tyler Southern. Corporal Tyler Southern. He stopped by. He was our honored guest the other day at the Tampa Bay Lightning for our national anthem. He was our national anthem guest. And Tyler in 2011 was on a expedition in Afghanistan and stepped on a 10-pound IED, 10-pound. And it blew his legs off and his arm off, his right arm, and he's in that wheelchair. And look at that smile. Bro, I cannot tell you how happy this guy was.
That's a contagious smile right there.
He was so happy to be in here, and he was taking pictures of the boards and all the buttons and everything. He was just so happy to be there and be on the ice and be honored. Just a great example of a true American hero. And I just loved Tyler, and he came by, and I said, "Can I take a picture with you?" And by the way, he has a clothing line. It's called SFH, and I'll put the link in the chat. WEARESFH.com, and they give 50% of the proceeds to veterans and people who are struggling with addiction. Not just veterans, people are struggling with addiction and domestic abuse, all those things. Just a great human being who's given back, who could be, the most negative person on the planet, but he's not. He's not. And I just love people like that. I love people like that. So I just wanted to shout out to Tyler, my man. Hopefully maybe we'll get you to come by the studio one day and hang out with us. Just the best of the best, man. The absolute best of the best. And we wanted just to say thank you for your service. And when I said that to him, he said, proud to do it. Proud to do it. I mean, wow. You just contrast that with all these people that can stand up and that don't, and what these people represent and what he represents. And I love it. Just absolutely love it. So thank you, Corporal Tyler Southern. And if you want to contribute and buy some clothes, really cool stuff, by the way, really cool stuff. Go to the website, check it out, and support him, because he's worth supporting. Absolutely. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back on the other side. Greg Linnelli is going to join us, Lightning analyst, longtime broadcaster for the Lightning, my partner on the post-game show. So we will talk a little Lightning. Lost last night in Carolina, but a really fun game to watch, as usual. So we'll talk a little Lightning. We're brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Hey, save that money, folks. Not just what you make, it's what you save. Go to ItalianoInsurance.com or just call them 813-877-7799. A human will answer the phone and get you to another nice human that will take care of your business. And that's always nice, right? You can, they speak great English. They're very nice. They're easy to deal with. Try that on a 1-800-INSURANCE number. Ain't going to work. So call Italiano Insurance instead. 813-877-7799. Get your flood insurance, get your business insurance, which you got to have, or you can get sued and your personal wealth can go away if you're running a business. So make sure you got it. ItalianoInsurance.com. Back in 3 with Greg Linnelli. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, But it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Sunny days or stormy nights, roofing problems out of sight. In Florida we stand so tall, pitch roofing, we do it all. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. When the hurricanes roll in, we've got the top that's gonna win. Protect your house from wind and rain. Choose pitch roofing, never in vain. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show as we roll on here on this Friday. Man,
Friday.
Weekend is here, bro.
I got 12 hours of college baseball in front of me, JP, as soon as I leave here.
Listen, I love college baseball, but I don't love 12 hours of college baseball.
Well, now I'm covering another college tournament at Globe Life Field today. First pitch of game 1 of 3 games is at 11 a.m. my time, which is when we end the show. So I'll get there right after the show. My Aggies don't play until 7 o'clock tonight, but I have to be there before 1 o'clock my time to get my credential. So I'm just going to be there all freaking day.
Wow, that's a lot.
Then all weekend.
Yeah, good for you. I won't be doing that.
I'll send you pictures.
I'm trying to get to a FSU baseball game this year. They got another great team and a great atmosphere up there at Hauser Stadium.
Yeah.
They pack in about 10, 15,000.
Yep.
It's really fun. Really good atmosphere.
Nice.
All right. You want to talk a little hockey? Let's do a little hockey with our man, Greg Linnelli, my post-game partner, the loquacious and handsome host for our post-game show. I just sit there and
Where
act
is he?
stupid.
Where is he?
He's right there. There he is.
Hey,
How are you, partner?
Good, man. How are you? Thanks for
Fantastic.
having me on.
Good to have this show. Yeah, it's good to have you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
heck yeah. Here we are. You got the studio looking great. And
We've done pretty well here. I'm really enjoying what we're doing here. We got a great studio. We got a great staff, and things are growing. This whole digital world, man. We pop on from our home.
Isn't it beautiful?
Doing a TV show. We don't have to go to
from
a
the waist up,
All right. I know the boxers are on. That's cool. I don't care. It's all good.
I love it.
Well, I thought we were going to win every game. What the hell happened last night? I mean, this team sucks.
They got to fire everybody, trade everybody.
Get out of here. Yeah, this was a slow start last night off a back-to-back. And boy, in a blink of an eye, they were down 3-0. And I was like, is anybody going to play defense tonight?
I know.
Poor Jonas Johansson hasn't played in like 3 years, and we just hung out to dry for the entire first period. What the hell?
I know. And you were wondering how Carolina was going to play because they hadn't played since the break. But you can't get down. I mean, this just goes to show you've been around sports. You just can't get down that much in anything and expect to win games. I thought they were going to get some points out of it, to your point, because that's kind of what they've done this year. It didn't happen. I don't think they're going to lose a ton of sleep over it. You get ready for Buffalo on Saturday, and you hope for a better outcome. Is
there anything you saw like structurally in the beginning of that game? Because I was trying to see who's on the ice and why we're giving up 3-on-1s, 2-on-1s constantly.
Yeah. A lot of times when they're doing that, the decision making is usually kind of starts to get out of whack a little bit. And I think we saw some turnovers that led to Carolina fueling that transition game. And I think over the years when we've seen the Lightning at times struggle to defend, it's not necessarily been in their own zone, although that's part of it. It's bad passes when they're in the offensive zone or in the neutral zone that are getting picked off. And I think we saw some of that. I mean, Carolina's a fast team, so they're gonna force some turnover, so you give them credit. But that's probably what I would have looked at yesterday and said, just puck management wasn't great, and it led to some opportunities.
I said the post-game show the other night that this would be an interesting matchup because these are probably the two best teams in the East right now.
Yeah.
And there's a very good chance they could meet deep into the playoffs, maybe the Eastern Conference Finals. So maybe this would be a little clue on how they matched up. Maybe that isn't as true as I watched the game because this was their first game in 21 days and it was ours back-to-back. So that's all going to play into it. But did we learn anything about the matchup of these two teams?
No, I think if you got into a 7-game series with Carolina, it would be a tough series.
Yeah.
I think talent usually wins out, though, and I think the Lightning are more talented. I think that's been the drawback for Carolina over the years. I think Carolina's a really good regular season team. I think they've had some success in the postseason, but not enough. And why is that? They don't have a Kucherov. They don't have a Points. They don't have a Vasilevsky, and I think that's held them back. So I think it would be a tough series. I think they'd play the Lightning hard. I think they would pressure the power play because they're pretty aggressive from that perspective. But I think all in all, talent usually wins out in a 7-game series, and I would think the Lightning would be the favorites in that.
Yeah. Just Braden Point, watching him in the 2 games that he's been back, looks like a totally different player than we saw in the first half. Would you agree?
He's been incredible. It's almost like JP. People keep talking about the trade deadline coming up, but if Point's getting back to his elite level, I mean, it's almost like adding an all-star player.
50 goal scorer.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. So, and look, one of the things we chatted about a little bit, we taped our show today for Power Lunch. Maybe him starting to feel better, he's going to help in the faceoff circle. He's looked better the last couple of games.
Great
we know
point.
that's been the bugaboo for the Lightning this year. So maybe that gets rectified a little bit. But I think that's probably the most encouraging thing yesterday too, was the fact that Braden Point, again was Braden Point, and you take that every single time.
Yeah. And do you think JBB makes a move at the deadline? He's itching. He always wants to do something.
Yeah.
And he's been pretty successful at doing it. But when you're on a run like this, it's really hard to see the warts and make a move. You don't want to upset anything because you got a great combination going, and it can be so fleeting. So what do you think's going on in his mind right now?
So to answer your question, I mean, I do think he's going to do something. I think the more specific question is, what type of move? Is it going to be one of those where people were hoping a Panarin would come? Or is it going to be one of those where do you just try and set on a right-handed face-off winning machine?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say land somewhere in between. I always like to go big or go home. I like being aggressive. Yeah, I like being aggressive. I think if you find talent, you find ways to work it in your lineup. And I think they have the assets to make that move. People keep saying over the years the Lightning's minor league system hasn't been great. They don't have a ton of draft picks, and for the most part, that's been true. But I think now, JP, you've got some defensemen you could look at.
Mm-hmm.
You've also got 4 or 5 pretty good forwards down in Syracuse that I think at least are on other people's radars and that would be attractive commodities if you were to deal them. So I think he has the assets to do it. I think the holdup would be cap related to this at this point to make it happen. But Julian's found a way over the years.
Yeah, you can work that out.
Why wouldn't that be different this year?
Yeah, and you might have to trade salary to get salary, which there's might be some players to do that, but that won't affect your core.
No,
right?
No,
maybe,
and he knows that.
Yeah.
Look, face-off is obviously what people are going to focus on, but I think that person who's winning face-offs has to play. You can't be somebody who's a fourth-line center winning face-offs. I think if you're going to get somebody like that, they've got to be playing top 9 minutes, because I just think that's where their team is right now. So I think they do something, but we'll see.
What's been your biggest surprise of this season so far? Radish?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say depth because I'm not sure we thought they had that. I think Radish is probably part of that. I mean, did anybody see Darren Radish being who he is? Nobody.
6th in the NHL in defenseman scoring.
It's incredible. We talk about it all the time, right? On Last Call. I mean, this guy, every game, it seems like he's making something. I think Moser's play with Radish has been pretty incredible. Destu, who thought Destu was going to come out and be a top 6 for them? Yeah. I don't think anybody. And then, Lilleberg coming in and contributing the way he has. So I think, if you were to say like specifically which player, Radish for sure, overall it's been quality depth.
Yeah, no question. It's so funny because as you're winning cups and you're giving away draft picks right and left, everybody's like, oh, you're gonna have to pay for this down the line. You're not gonna have any prospects. And then you look up and you're like, where did these guys come from?
You're right.
Dominic James, Destu, or even Radish. They develop. And I think that's something that we don't give enough credit to. It's acquiring talent is important. Honestly, developing talent is more important.
Great point.
And we do. I think the Lightning do it better than they, because you look around the league. If there was no salary cap, like back in the Islanders days, like all these guys that are winning cups in Vegas and Florida and everywhere else, Verhaeghe, but all these guys, like they would have never left.
Yeah.
Would you imagine the team that we would have, the players that we've developed?
You're spot on. It's funny. I grew up and started my radio journey in Pittsburgh.
Right.
So Pittsburgh, rich baseball town, big time.
Yeah.
But JP, I mean, they've struggled winning consistently, and one of the reasons was, did they miss on some draft picks? Sure. But did they hit on some draft picks? Yes, but they never could develop them. And those guys end up going elsewhere. Jason Schmidt comes to mind, a power pitcher who was elite for a long time, but like when he was with Pittsburgh, for whatever reason, just could not figure it out. And that's just one example. But you're right. You have to be able to develop.
Any team can. I mean, it's pretty obvious who the great players are, especially with the scouting and the exposure that the young kids get in all sports.
Yeah,
you can. Oh, that guy's good. Well, I'm going to draft him. It's not. That's not where the beauty comes in. It's the development. It's second rounders like Kucherov that become the best player in the game. It's develop. Yeah, you got to find that talent, but then you got to refine it and put it into a culture where it's going to thrive. And I think that's underrated.
That's the hardest thing to do in sports, and Tampa Bay's done it for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And a guy that never gets any credit for it is John Cooper, who's hopefully going to win the Jack Adams for the first time this year. And obviously prayers going out to him as he deals with the passing of his father and an emotional journey that he's been on for the past month is pretty incredible. But it's time for John Cooper to get his due. And I think this is the year that he wins the Jack Adams. And, and to my point of developing players and being, so good on the bench during games and managing games and changing lines. And he's done a lot of things that are unorthodox in this league, pulling the goalie earlier than most would do, mixing lines more than most will do. And it's been pure genius. I don't think he ever gets enough credit.
No. I mean, the fact that he doesn't have the coach of the year is a travesty. I mean, at this point, you should just give the award to the coach who wins the Stanley Cup. If that's the case, then he'd have two. Yeah. And I think should he have more than that? Yes, but at least you got two. The fact that he has none, it's almost like you can't take it seriously.
No. You can't.
You can't take it seriously.
Not at all.
He's Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, absolutely. How many we have on this team that we're watching right now? I tell people all this time, like, soak this up because this is rare.
I mean,
it's
obviously
really
the
rare.
guy in net, Cooch, Point, if he continues, Hedman
Pointer has a shot. Yeah.
Hedman will be there just because of the accolades, I think, and the stats.
Yeah.
For sure. He's been a dominant guy for a long time.
And then Coop.
Yeah, and who will be a bubble would be Gensel. Because he's a guy that, like, when his career's over, he could be at 500 goals.
Yeah.
And that's usually a magic number, and he's going to have the cups. So he'd be like one you wouldn't.
Yeah, that's a great point. National team, obviously.
I mean, he's really good.
Yeah. All right, one more. Yeah. Give me your Olympic take. The tournament in of itself, the gold medal game. You could stay away from the shenanigans afterwards. It's blowing me up. Crazy. Let's just talk hockey.
I mean, look, do we wish that Russia was in the Olympics?
Yes.
Of course we do. I think that would have been fun to see that tournament that way. Canada was the best team. They got goalied.
They did.
Nothing to take away from Team USA. That is the two best teams out there. Some really good players. Give credit to Team USA, the way they constructed their team. The penalty kill ended up being a big part of what
great
they were able
point.
to do. So, credit to them. Still don't like interrupting the regular season to go play in the Olympics because you saw 3 significant injuries to key players.
Yeah.
Being one of them, which stinks.
Yep.
But look,
is it good for hockey?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I
think it is.
When you talk about is it good for hockey, is it going to grow the sport? I don't know.
I think so.
It may.
But nobody knows. You don't know that.
But could it have, Johnny, who's 6 years old, watching TV and saying, "Mom and Dad, I want to go play hockey"? Yeah. I think that part is pretty cool. I think the key is, does it bring more people to watch the game now? I think that's going to pay. I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, I don't know if it's going to get that bump because are you going to go watch your specific team because it's drastically different games? Are you going to watch a Minnesota if you're from Minnesota and you hadn't before? I don't know. I need to see more evidence that that's going to take off that way. But I mean, look, if you're a hockey fan, you took it all in. I watched it.
Yeah.
You watched it.
And I think, little Jack might put on skates, but little Julie definitely. I think the women's.
Yes.
I think that's going to have a huge impact.
That's fair.
Yeah.
100%. They're dominant.
Yeah, they were. And I think, I didn't know a lot of the players before this whole thing started. And I think NBC did such a good job of telling their stories that I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Meg Keller, Hillary Knight. I'm a fan of all of them. Yeah.
Just gotta get those
I'll
games
follow
out there.
them.
Yeah, get the games out there more often. I think more people would probably embrace it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
Totally. All right, Greg, at Greg Linnelli, you see his Twitter tag right there. Hopefully you're not in that cesspool as much as I am, my friend. Stay out of it. I have
it
to
does
do
get
it.
nasty out there, doesn't it?
Oh, you have no idea. Thanks for coming on, partner. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate this.
We'll see you Saturday.
You got it, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. Great Greg Linnelli right there. The voice of reason on this show.
Somebody has to be.
Yeah. Probably has no idea what he's getting into.
No, he has no clue.
But that was fun. That was really fun. He's such an easy talker. He's so good at that. It's so casual and he's so easy for him. Love that. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We got some Rays on the field I want to talk about. Some football on the field I want to talk about. A disgusting Canadian Post I want to talk about. And God, dare I say this?
Do it.
I have to say the T word.
Do it.
Trump is going to fix college football.
About time.
Tommy does something right.
Been waiting for him to fix something.
Come on, Orange man. Do something
America.
right, you moron. Jesus. All right. We're brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. I haven't talked about them yet today. Once again, what a great company they are. We work here at their headquarters at Kingmakers, and they're all up with Big O in Augusta today, celebrating HBCUs and their baseball tournament up there and giving back to historically black colleges. They do this every year. They're giving portions of their sales this month to the Black History Museum of Tampa. Always doing great stuff in the community. And not only that, but they sell great cars with great value and make great deals, and you'll get an honest deal. These are really, really good people, folks, and you won't find much of that in the car business, I can tell you. But these are really good people. I know them well. So go on over to Genesis of Tampa and get a new car, get a used car, and you'll be happy that you did and become part of the family. GenesisofTampa.com. Back in 3. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucks on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com.
They gave us the touchdowns, the tackles, the unforgettable moments. Now the NFL legends are teeing it up for a cause that matters, caring for kids. Join the Tampa Bay NFL Alumni Association annual golf tournament on Monday, March 16th at Carrollwood Country Club. Spend the day golfing alongside former NFL stars who play the game at the highest level. The day includes complimentary breakfast, luncheon, and award ceremony. The winning team will get an expense-paid trip to Tucson, Arizona to compete in the Super Bowl of golf tournaments. Register today at givebutter.com/QLHP3I. That's givebutter.com/QLHP3I. Or call James Ridley at 813-773-5723. 813-773-5723. Sponsor limited. Register today. Monday, March 16th at Carrollwood Country Club. Play golf, meet legends, impact local kids. Sponsorship still available.
Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every year now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Omerton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's the love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucks and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey folks, Rays baseball and the summer heat will be here before you know it. So don't let your AC unit strike out and cost you hundreds or thousands for an emergency repair. Get a 1-year maintenance plan from Third Generation Plumbing and AC for just $169. Though will come out twice a year and service your unit. Clean the drain line, make sure it's running to peak efficiency. If you need an emergency repair, it's going to cost you hundreds, if not thousands more. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just call the great friendly folks at Third Generation. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling to ensure you have the most efficient and durable units. Their split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. So choose my guys, John Rodriguez and PJ at Third Generation, along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. Don't wait for the emergency that'll cost you thousands. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard. 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show on this funky Friday. Thanks to all of our great sponsors, including Third Generation Plumbing and AC. They always partner with American Standard Heating and Cooling to bring you the best HVAC units. So if you're looking for a new unit or to make sure yours is running to its peak efficiency, thirdgenerationplumbing.com is who to call. They do AC, they do plumbing, they do just about everything around the house mechanical. They will take care of it for you. Great company. Known them for years, owned by John Rodriguez and PJ over there that run it. And if you're looking to find a job and want to get into the AC and the plumbing business, please give them a call and send your resume over. thirdgenerationplumbing.com is the website. They pay great family business. They give you benefits, holidays off. So sign up and work for the great folks at thirdgenerationplumbing.com and use them. Their maintenance special, $169, will give you 2 visits a year. And it's only $169 a year. They'll make sure your unit is in peak operating condition with American Standard Heating and Cooling.
JP, Alejandro Noriega comments that breaking news for Timmy, Dallas Cowboys franchise tagged George Pickens officially this morning. That is correct, Alejandro, and indeed that news has been up at fanstreamsports.com for over an hour already this morning.
There you go.
We're on top of all of that for you at fanstreamsports.com.
Good move by the Cowboys.
Absolutely. He is your offense.
Why not sign him to a long-term deal?
They're working on it.
Okay.
You know how those things work, especially with the Cowboys. As a matter of fact, my Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz live at 7 a.m. this morning was about this specific topic. The Cowboys are going to tag him, which they did this morning. Of course, I reported that before they actually did it. And they have until
look at you
June 3rd to come up with a long-term deal for him. If not, then he'll probably sign the tag, work the offseason, and then he has, of course, until week 8 to sign the tag if he doesn't or he can't play. But I think they will have a long-term deal done with him before June 3rd. That's my prediction.
All right. Okay, then.
And it's probably going to be for about $34 million a year, which is the exact same money that CeeDee Lamb is getting paid.
How am I going to pay for childcare with that?
You can't.
I mean,
clearly.
What are we doing? I was going to have to let my kids. Now, if you're Tyreek Hill, that's a lot of childcare.
That's a lot of kids.
That's a lot of
Michael LaRue had a great point here.
Yeah,
the Minnesota Vikings offer their players free childcare at a Somali daycare center.
It's not a laughing matter. $19 billion. Looking at you.
That's a lot of kids to take care of for $19 billion.
Oh, she's going down, by the way. Woo! $19 billion of taxpayer money just stolen.
Yep. We could have funded a war for that.
Mm-hmm. Going to fund a lot of things for that. Woo,
we could have funded free health care.
Yes. Thank you for that. Here's an interesting comment from my boy John Hill. Steven is open to a trade back to the Bolts. Can he be the face-off guy? You know what his face-off percentage is this year? 56%.
That's not very good.
That's elite. That's what it is.
Why isn't it 60?
Because it's 56, and that's elite. That's pretty damn good.
I remember when Joe Neuendijk's face-off percentages was in the 70s back in the day.
Get out of here. That never happened.
Of course it did. Yeah, and this is the topic I was going to bring up to you because obviously I saw the Steven Stamkos, the Dallas Stars, by the way, one of the teams that he said he would come to in a trade. There were 3 teams. It was Tampa Bay, Dallas, and I forget who the other team was now. I've already deleted it. But
Vegas?
No. Was it Minnesota? Might have been Minnesota.
Maybe.
Yeah,
free daycare.
Does he have – I know his season this year isn't as bad as what he had last year. You just mentioned no percentage. Does he have
last year, I think
value?
Last year he was injured or just severely depressed.
Does he have any value on the trade market right now? Like for the Stars.
I mean, his numbers are good. I mean,
like for the Stars who are without Rantanen now for probably a month, would that be a smart move to go out and get a Steven Stamkos, depending on what you'd have to give up for him? Because I don't know what you'd have to give up to get Steven Stamkos right now. Or is that a move that the Bolts would be looking at doing, bringing him back in a reunion? If you want a PR move,
well, they can't afford him at $8 million a year.
No,
so you're going to have to eat some of that contract.
Probably a lot of teams in that with that same situation.
So he's at 29 goals, 16 assists, 45 points total. He's a minus 15. This isn't terrible.
What line is he playing on in Nashville?
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't seen any Steven Stamkos this year.
I mean, could he slot in on the third line? Win some faceoffs, power play. Jeez, OP. Now you add Stamkos to that power play with Relish at the top, and Point at the bumper. Kucherov gets. Woo! Wow. Man,
I just don't know what his value is, to be honest with you. I'm not saying he doesn't have any. I just don't know what that is.
And let me just, we just gave you the numbers. What's the leadership score? Off the freaking charts. Off the freaking charts. I don't know the inner workings of the dressing room. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, but I can't imagine them not just going head over heels to get him back in that room. I mean, I've said this before, Kucherov he's a different animal. He's a different animal. He's incredibly talented, but He can be a little moody. And to me, Stamkos always kept that in line. He always looked up to Stammer, respected him tremendously, and you can't argue with the results when they played together. You just can't. And I think they wanted to keep Stammer, but listen, this is a team that is defense first. And as much as they score and as talented as they are, Cooper is all about defense. And if you don't play it, you can't play for him. And not saying that Stammer doesn't want to. It's just, a matter of working that in. I don't know. The face-off thing is real. He's at 56%. He adds to your power play. I don't know. If they're picking up, what do we offer? We offered him 8 years at $4 million. So if they pick up half the contract, and I don't, what has it got left on it? 2 years? I don't know. It depends on if the money works. I don't know. I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not the smartest hockey analyst out there. I'm just not. I defer to Engblom and Chief and Greg and all those guys. They've been in this game a lot longer than I have, and they know we'll talk about it on the post-game show for sure. 100%. So Thomas Casper says we don't need Stamkos. Joe Forless, we don't need Stamkos. It's just a quick perusal of the Petermans says that's a no for us. Borson says Stamkos isn't a good or even average value at $8 million. Yeah, exactly. At $8 million, that's a definite no-go, 100%. If they're going to eat some of it, Joel says even if Nashville pays for him this season, they can't pay anything for the final 2 seasons. That's right. So I'm guessing that's true, right? You're not going to pick it up for the final 2 seasons. Yeah. Muslim Adam Sandler says it's almost like the stuff the Lightning are missing was due to Stamkos leaving. Well, they're definitely a better team without him and with Gensel. That's not even arguable. So, but if you can add them both, you can have them both. Joel says the NHL cap isn't flexible like the NFL priority is signing Ratty. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. Now, if it's going to cost you Darren Radish, it's a no. It's 100% no. And I think that's pretty much where it is. Yeah. So, all right. So as we switch gears a little bit here, so there's been an announcement that Trump is inviting the who's who of college football to the White House a week from today. Tim Tebow, Nick Saban. I don't know why they're inviting Urban Meyer, but Urban Meyer.
Why are they inviting Tim Tebow? What the hell does he have to do with anything?
Well, he played college football.
So did a million other guys. Go get them. I care more about the other guys than I care about Tim
Tebow. Knows more about the college football game than any of us do. And the inner workings of it. He covers it. He's played it. Come on now.
Come on now. Not the business. I need guys that know about the business of college football.
Oh, you need both. You need both. I would say.
Tebow.
All the P4 commissioners, the overpaid admins, TV execs, Tony Dungy, Mac Brown, Tiger Woods is being invited.
Oh my God.
Because his son is now a college golfer. And it is, by the way, this is about all athletics. It's not just about football. So they're trying to fix college athletics. And there's been a bill in the House, but the bottom line is, and they've changed it like 3 or 4 times, a SCORE Act, I believe it's called.
Right.
We've talked about this. You can't do anything in Washington right now, even if it's bipartisan. These idiots are just it's unworkable. The whole damn thing. We need to honestly clean the whole freaking house out, clean them all out, because they're not working for the people. It's all special interest and slush funds, and it's awful. It is awful. It's the people's house, and it stinks to high heaven. Get rid of all of them. Start over. 100%. Term limits, all of it. Get out of here with it. All of it. Let's go. So Trump, to his point, he's saying, look, I can't get anything with legislation through these knuckleheads. So let's do an executive order, but I need to, and he's already done one. And of course there's lots of different, here's the way I see it right now. And this was interesting. So I forget who it was, put forth a fixed college football athletics manifesto. And, of course, the SEC and the Big Ten come out and say, no, we can't pool all the colleges together, the D1 schools, and put all their media rights together and redo this whole thing. We can't do that. Why? Because they want to be the big dogs. They want to siphon off all the good teams and have a 60-team super conference. Now, if you're in the 60-team super conference, it's a great idea. It's a great idea. But what if you're not? It's death. It's death. You can't compete. It's going to be, and I see USF as one of those programs that should be in the top 60, but they may not end up in it. And that would be a travesty. And there'll be travesties all over the nation with programs that don't make the top 60, the top 56, the top 64, whatever it's going to be, this super conference. And, everything is going that way now. Everything is panning. PGA Tour wants to get rid of the smaller tournaments and just pander to the elite. The best golfers, the best cities, the best events. We'll get rid of all the riffraff. Except the riffraff are the ones that build your foundation. They're part of your foundation. And they make everything work. It's the foundation of the floor. I mean, yeah, the windows and the lighting fixtures are the eye candy. But if you don't have a good foundation, you got nothing. You got nothing. So I think it's bad policy to just cater to the rich and the elites. Because you just lose so many teams and so many players and so many fans. And some of the great stories that come out of these, mid-majors in basketball and other sports. I mean, it's not just football. So I understand some of the positives to it, but for me, I don't like it. I think I don't want to say, listen, if it's not right for Slippery Rock, then we can't do it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there has to be, we have 120 or maybe 130 now D1 football schools. Like, is that too many? Probably. Could we siphon out? I think a number that should be closer, and I think would include most of the historic programs it's probably closer to 96. But 60 I think it's way too low. And it may not even be that with the Big Ten and the SEC. They may make it 40. And then you're cutting out a lot of people. They're going to be pissed off about that. So I think we need a bigger vision. And I think that the ESPNs and the Big Ten and the SEC and Fox that are driving this whole thing, I'm a little leery, I should say, of what their priorities are. And if it's actually good for college football, if it's just good for them. You feel me here?
Yeah, I just don't understand why we're inviting a lot of the guys that have created this problem to help potentially solve the problem. Is what it sounds like to me.
Don't let the perfect be the enemy of good. I get it. I don't know why the hell Urban Meyer's in there, but I could pick that apart, right?
Sure.
But I think in general, this is the only way something's going to get done. And aren't we all clamoring for some guardrails and some enforcement? And it's just a wild, wild west. Aren't we all clamoring for that? Now, the bad part about this is if the orange man is involved, it's going to be, we're all going to focus on that instead of actually fixing college football. And that's not his problem. That's your problem. The people that have the TDS, that's your problem. If we could focus, if we for once can focus on the issue and not who's part of it, which I know is absolutely impossible for some of you people, then we can fix this. And this is the most expedient way to do it. You try to get something through Congress, forget about it. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. Way too many cooks in the kitchen. This is the best way, most effective way, and the quickest way to get this done. Because we could get an executive order done that mandates antitrust exemption. Well, that might have to go through the Congress, but at least we can get a framework for it and start working towards it. And, I think it's a positive. And I'm here for it. Again, there's not going to be a perfect solution for everybody, but I think we all agree on we got to fix the calendar. We got to fix poaching coaches. We got to fix too many transfers. We got to fix even playing field in terms of paying players. I mean, these are things that can be done, and then enforcement of said rules. It's not as hard as you think. It just, if we fix those 4 things right there, partner, we're good to go. We're good to go. We can work on that, and then return to some regional sanity and conferences. I think that has to be part of a package at some point. This is unsustainable having, Stanford traveling and Cal traveling to the East Coast all the time and vice versa. That's unsustainable. That's what we got, and that's ridiculous. So we got to get back to some conference sanity, geographical sanity. I think if you do those things, we're good. And by executive order, we can get that done. Let's hope it happens.
Yeah, I'm not confident, and it doesn't matter who's trying to organize this thing. Look, Trump does a lot of things, especially in the business world, that are great, and I think he knows that even better than the political world. And obviously college football is a business. I'm just not confident that there's so many moving parts right now. I'm not confident that anybody can fix it. That's just kind of where my brain stands. I'm rooting for it, but I'm not confident.
As a realist, I think you're correct. But I will say, if there's any hope, this is the only way to get it done. Because there has to be government intervention. Because the SEC and the Big Ten, they're not giving up anything on their own. And they have all the power right now. And they're not giving it up. It's just like, it's just like baseball, right? A salary cap and a salary floor is exactly what sport needs. And anybody who argues that has an agenda. You're either on the players union or you're an owner. All right. Or whatever. You have an agenda. What's good for baseball, if we actually had an autonomous commissioner, they would say, okay, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to have a salary floor and a salary cap. Players are going to make more money in general, and we're going to make it an even playing field for all the teams, as even as we can get it. Who can argue that would be good for baseball? Wouldn't be good for baseball. Who can argue that?
The problem is the commissioner works for the owners.
Exactly. The problem, and so it's very much similar. The SEC, the Big Ten, they don't want to give up any money. They have a financial advantage. Why would they want to give it up? The Yankees and Dodgers don't want to change anything. Why would they? They have a huge advantage. But that's not what's best for the game. That's not best for all the people. That's not what's best for college football. You're ruining college football. Yeah, will there always be Alabama, Auburn packing a stadium? Yeah, you're right. So you don't have to worry about it. But 90% of the other teams do, because it's fiscal insanity right now. Yeah, Florida State is $480 million because they just spent a lot of money on future projects. And they're in a hole right now. But guess what? There's other teams that aren't far behind. And it's coming for everybody else when they do their stadium renovations, which they will do. When they add this facility, it's coming. So you better get a hold on it now and do something. Speaking of my Seminoles, somebody asked me, Aviation said, early thoughts on FSU, JP. I'm hoping to come down to SMU FSU opening weekend. Early thoughts. Come early for the tailgate and enjoy yourself and enjoy the town and see old friends. But if you're expecting a good football game, I wouldn't.
Hey, SMU's got some questions this year too. So
I know we can't predict anything. It's a crapshoot with Florida State right now. I don't know if these quarterbacks are any good. I don't know if Mike Norvell calling plays is going to be an improvement. I don't know any of it, to be honest with you. I don't go to the practices. Nobody does. So until they play a game, I can't even give you an opinion. I don't know who these recruits are. I could pretend like, oh, that's a good rating, but I don't know. And they got to be coached up. And we've seen that's not been great. So I wouldn't expect much if I were you, except a good party and a very hot stadium. A really hot day in September. So come on down. Enjoy yourself. That's the way you got to look at it if you're Seminole. All right, partner, anything we did not get to? I was going to talk about this idiot Canadian that did a in the Globe and Mail and did a post that said the State of the Union was a zoo and the gold medal team were the monkeys.
I hate people.
What's
the point? What's the point of that?
It's just to being an ass. It's political. It's all political. That feeds his base. They love it. And it's so disrespectful to hockey, the game of hockey, which is your national sport. It's so disrespectful for those players, many of whom play on Canadian teams.
Yep.
And yeah, you're just an idiot. But this is what it's become. This is what it's become. I don't want to end on that, though.
I was excited to get into hot dog topping talk.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saving the end of the show.
And this was the only thing I cared about for the whole damn show today.
Well, then why didn't you bring it up? I forget things.
You went on rants. It was even your idea.
I know. It's a great picture, isn't it? So that was at the ball game yesterday because they have a hot dog bar. And so here's what I did. I went, obviously you can see there's sauerkraut there. Yep. And mustard. So I went sauerkraut, mustard. First
Spicy
of all,
mustard
chili.
or yellow mustard?
Golden's spicy.
Okay.
So first of all, we layered the chili on top. Really good chili, by the way. Meaty chili. Chili goes first. Then the onions, raw white onions.
Okay.
Then the sauerkraut goes on top of that. Then cheddar cheese, shredded cheddar cheese. And then topped with the golden spicy mustard. No ketchup. No ketchup.
Ketchup does not belong on hot dogs.
I wouldn't go that far, but with this particular dressing, that's a home run. That is a grand freaking slam right there. That one right there. And that bun was, they have a little steamer.
Yeah.
A steamed bun. Come on. Rate my hot dog.
I'd give that an 8 out of 10. Only because I don't like to mix cheese and sauerkraut. I'll pick one or the other. I will never mix the two. That's just a personal preference. I love them both. I just don't like them together.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this, we talked about
That's
our gas stations, our local gas stations and the food, and we mentioned QT and racetrack and all that. I'm not sure what you guys have out there. Over here, we have a QT and a racetrack just about on every corner. Okay.
Right.
QT has the hot dog bar. And it is my favorite hot dog bar of any, give me restaurants, give me gas. I don't care.
What do they have?
The QT hot dog is my go-to because you can build a Chicago dog, you can build a New York dog, you can literally a plethora of toppings, and you go build it yourself. And they got the chili that's not bad, it's not great, it's gas station bag chili you get out of a machine. I don't ever eat that, but they have the queso, the melted cheddar cheese sauce that comes out of the machine.
Okay.
Freaking top notch. So I'll do the cheddar cheese sauce. I will do cheese sauce and sauerkraut. I just don't like shredded cheese and sauerkraut. I'll do sauerkraut. I'll do the pickle relish. I'll do the banana peppers. I'll do the little okra stems. I'll do tomatoes.
Wow.
I'll do jalapenos.
You say okra stem?
Yeah.
Never put okra on a hot dog. Never.
Yeah. Oh,
no.
It's like pickled okra. It's freaking sweet.
Okay, well then it's kind of like relish.
Yeah, but it's both. But you got both.
So now sometimes I will do a relish, onion, mustard only. That's a clean,
for sure.
It's a cleaner version. Really
9
tasty.
out of 10.
Really tasty. So like if you got a lot to work with, a lot of accoutrement to work with, you have to be, sometimes you want to go all the way. Now I did have one at Wrigley Field that was macaroni and cheese on top of the hot dog.
All right.
Onions, relish. No, we didn't do relish. Was it relish? Yeah, I think it was relish. It was just Chicago dog. Relish, macaroni cheese, onions, mustard. Yeah, it was. Whoo, that was fantastic.
Ashley says 15 out of 10 for your hot dog.
And then you're at Wrigley Field with a Goose Island IPA. See, now that's elevated. That's elevated. That's beyond the hot dog. It's the whole experience. I mean, that to me, I actually have a picture of me in the stands on a summer's day at about 72 degrees. My good buddy Kevin Keever, we went up for a golf trip up there, played all the great calls, and then we went to Wrigley Field, and I ate that hot dog with a Goose Island in my hand, and I said to the Lord, thank you. Thank you for this perfect day. Thank you for this perfect day. So, yes, Ashley says 15 out of 10 for JP's hot dog. Yeah, my wife is rating my hot dog at the end of the show.
As soon as I put that up there, I was like, I hope she's talking about the food hot dog.
Of course she is. Well, maybe not.
Thomas Casper says gas station toppings have insects. Not the ones I go to, Thomas. I promise you. This is very clean, man.
I was a little worried about cheese. Anytime cheese comes out of a machine, I don't know.
No, because they use enough of the cheese in these places that they switch them out. I mean, they go through 4 or 5 bags a day of this stuff, so it's always fresh.
Once again, bags of cheese, bags of liquid cheese, probably not cheese. No. Probably not
it's
cheese.
Like Cheese Whiz. I'd eat Cheese Whiz.
Probably not cheese. I just saw
like
something
cheese.
the other day of how they make the cheese in Kraft macaroni and cheese. Oh boy.
Well, that's not cheese. That ain't cheese. That's
cheese.
powder.
And it's so good.
But it's still delicious.
It's
and
so
I still
toxic.
eat it.
I can't eat it anymore now that I've seen that. I cannot. That's awful. All right. So, yes,
great.
hot dogs. What's your faves? Alejandro asks, a Big O show? No, not today. He is on assignment in Augusta. We will be back Tuesday with the next Big O show. So thank you for asking that.
Makes my job easier.
Yes, absolutely. All of our jobs easier. So Friday starts right now. We know we don't. We love doing the O show. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I think we covered it all today. That was a good show, partner. Appreciate you as always. What is this Bolts video that you had?
So yeah, we were talking about the Bolts. Yeah, they lost last night, but
shut up.
I had to show how much effort they were giving at the end with the man advantage.
Oh, my God, that was crazy.
When you've got the man advantage, you should not spend this much time in your defensive zone.
Hey, the Carolina just
picked up by Eaters into the middle for Stoll, and a good poke kick there by Radish.
It was like
they
defended the empty net like it was Fort Knox. It was crazy. They could. I thought it was crazier that they couldn't put it in the empty net. I mean, we had Darren Radish did a pad stack, without pads. It stopped his shot. That was a bizarre last couple of minutes last night for sure.
I don't know why it's not playing.
And
But
John
I wanted to play that.
John Hill said us this: fewest games to 700 assists.
Yep.
Kucherov, 9th on the list. That's pretty good.
From pretty notable company up there above him for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, kids.
No John Hill. No, wait. No John Hill. Beans don't go in chili. Get that crap out of here.
Yeah, he's not
Beans
a bean.
Never belong in chili.
I did forget one thing. Sunday afternoon, noon, USF will go for the American Conference Championship against Tulane, who's not good. Not bad, but not good. They have their highest net ranking at 50. They're headed to the tournament if they can win it. The NCAA tournament if they can win their conference tournament. But let's show up. They've already got 5,000 tickets sold. Let's show up on Sunday at the Yuengling Center. I would 1,000% be there, but I have a previous engagement. Coach will help me for that, but I'm with you, Coach, and we want to get everybody out there. Very family engagement, sorry. But everybody, the rest of you people, get out there on Sunday at noon. Cheap tickets, great basketball, great fun, great atmosphere. Support your Bulls. Let's go USF. And have a good weekend, everybody. Love y'all.
See you.